What if we stop always looking at anxiety as a disorder and start looking at it as a normal and natural response to trauma? This will allow us to be far more compassionate and understanding with ourselves. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Give the bell a few kisses so you're not missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help someone else. Today I'm going to be reacting to Faithfully by Journey. Now I have been exposed to Journey before. Well, more accurately, I've been exposed to many drunken renditions of Don't Stop Believin', but I do know that song. I have heard them perform that song, but other than that, I don't know any other Journey music, so I don't know if that's their typical sound or if that was diverting away from their typical sound a little bit, so this is still a very new experience for me. But before we dive into the reaction, I got several emails about the Muse headband integration that I did a few weeks ago, you know, that super cool headband where you get to track your brain waves in real time, that the link wasn't working in certain browsers, and I took care of it, so I'm putting that link in the description of this video if you still wanted to check that out. Thank you guys so much for all the ways that you support the channel. Now let's dive into Faithfully by Journey.
Highway run into the midnight sun. Wheels go round and round on my mind. Restless hearts sleep alone tonight, sending all my love along the wire. They say that the road ain't no place to start a family. Right down the line, it's been you and me, and loving a music man ain't always what it's supposed to be. Oh girl, you stay by me.
I love a good love story. I just love love. I feel like they don't make it like this anymore at all. I feel like music in the 80s, I'm learning, had so much more depth and so much more soul to it. But the imagery of Highway Run, I think that that suggests this constant motion, this endless journey, while the midnight sun, that's evoking this sense of the blending of day and night. And while he's obviously portraying his life as a musician, I think that we can all relate to that monotony, especially if we're in a place where we're either yearning something for our future, maybe we're yearning something for our past, someone that's not there, someone that's far away that we can't connect with. I think that Restless Hearts really evokes a sense of yearning and unease. I think that that's the theme here, is the yearning, the unease of being away from what you want to be connected to, your loved one, your family. I love though that they're making it work, you know, that he's showing his child on the road with him that he is willing to put in the work and make this situation the best that he can. But he's talking about sleeping alone tonight. I think that that underscores the loneliness that accompanies being away from the one you love. And I'm already just feeling lovesick watching this, and my partner's in the other room.
I'm forever yours, faithfully. We all need the crown.
So you guys are telling me that it's not only boy bands that can tell a good love story. My mind is blown. I'm obviously kidding. I've heard some good love stories, but it's easy to forget that that's not confined to one genre, because I feel like so often certain themes are confined in our minds to one genre. But I think the imagery of the circus tent, that's amazing. It suggests this life of constant performance, of unpredictability, of the transient nature of existence under the big top, which is a big circus tent. I don't know if they still do circuses. I haven't ever supported them, so I don't know if that's still a thing. Just felt like I needed to explain that to the new kids on the block. But I think that it conveys this sense of being part of a grand yet really chaotic spectacle. And again, that isn't confined specifically to life on the road as a musician. I think we can all relate to these themes in some way, even though it might be very different for our story. But I think he's referring to his relationship and his career, obviously, that it's not just the touring that's chaotic, it's trying to maintain the relationship. The mention of clowns. So clowns are traditionally associated with bringing joy and laughter, which I can't for the life of me understand, because that's not how it is in my head, but I digress. I think that it symbolizes the necessity for lightheartedness and entertainment in the midst of this demanding life. So when he's putting on the shaving cream and looking in the mirror, I felt like that was just kind of an attempt at finding lightheartedness in what might feel like a very heavy moment, missing his love. But I think that this should remind us all of the importance of finding moments of joy and humor to alleviate the stress and pressures of life. In his case, life on the road, but in our case, life on our own road, finding just moments to laugh. Even if we're in that darkness, it's so important to find moments to smile.
I'm forever
This simultaneously makes me nostalgic for the 80s and 90s, but it also really makes me want to go on a road trip. But then I know that I would also feel homesick, so I feel like it's a double-edged sword, right? But this truly gave me a different perspective on long-distance relationships. I know that sounds crazy, but I've always been the person that is cringing and asking why. Why would you do that? Why would you choose that life? And I swear that I could never endure that myself. But I think that this reframes it as a dichotomy of love and sacrifice, right? And I think that love is sacrifice. You have to make sacrifices to make love work in any circumstance, even in the best of circumstances. And yes, this is a different type of love. And yes, it comes with its unique challenges. No, it might not be for everyone, but I can see the benefit in it now, that it would require such deep trust, such creativity, such commitment, such support. Those are things that make a strong relationship, and a long distance relationship would require all of that. And I almost think that you'd ironically be closer in many ways to your partner having gone through this. I still am not convinced that this is something that you could work out if both parties weren't eventually going to be in the same place. So for example, if both parties were on different continents on opposite sides of the world, I just don't see that unless one party is willing to move, that there's ever really any potential for that relationship to go anywhere. So in this case, there are ways that they can get together. There are times that he's going to be off the road. So I do think that the right people could make this work. And I just feel a whole different outlook now. I have a whole different outlook on how long distance relationships could work. And this was in the time before you had video calls and things like that. So I do think that it could work. So thank you for opening up my mind and allowing me to see a different perspective. I was not expecting that going into this song, but I just have a completely different perspective now. And I'm sitting here longing for the time when music was still good and wondering why on earth it took me so long to get exposed to the good stuff. Why was everybody hiding the good stuff from me for so long? Good, bad, and crazy. Make sure you're sharing your stories here in the comments. That's how we shatter the mental health stigma, is by talking about it. And let's be real, guys, love and relationships are a big part of the mental health conversation, because they can build us up or they can tear us down, especially if we don't have a solid foundation within ourselves going into them. If we're looking for someone else to complete us, then it can have intense ramifications if things don't work out. But even in the best of relationships, there's still mental health challenges around that, around communication, around the sacrifices that we have to make love work, around the challenges that we have in our relationships. Even, as I said, the best of relationships are going to have challenges, and being able to talk openly about that can really help us move through them, because we can get a different perspective, or we can just be able to get things out of our head. And sometimes we get that aha moment just in the communication. It's not that somebody has to give us advice. It's just talking about it and getting out of our head makes us realize, oh, that was in there, but I wasn't really giving it much thought and attention. And now that I say it out loud, it makes sense. So we can get a lot of clarity from doing that. Thank you guys so much for introducing me to yet another band. It never ceases to amaze me how much beautiful music there is out there that I've never heard of. So this is amazing getting to go on that journey, but don't worry, I won't quit my day job. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon. Mwah.